All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good morning, and of course, welcome back to fishing. So yeah, thank you for tuning in. It is mid-September, and school year is full swing, so I apologize if I haven't been posting as much lately, but the show must go on in more ways than one. And we're about to do some, Western South Shore fishing right now, hopefully to get on some of that last Fluke action. We'll see what happens. But yeah, we're taking the kayak out. That's the plan, at least, and I'm hoping to make it work and bring something good for you. So stay tuned, because as always, you know what we're about to get some fishing accomplished. Whew. All right, it was a little bit of a hike. First time coming here for a while. It's definitely been a minute. But yeah, to expand upon what I started with the intro, we are here, South Shore, Western Long Island, New York City area. And we're hoping to get into some Fluke, as we only got about like a week and a half or so left of the season, thereabouts, maybe more, closer to 2 weeks probably. But I'm working full time right now, so my fluking days are definitely numbered for this year. Best case scenario, I maybe have 3, more realistically 2 sessions, and that's assuming the weather cooperates next weekend, because the season closes at the end of the month. But fear not, there will be time to catch all those other fish. Hoping the blackfish run is good. Black sea bass, perhaps. Striped bass, of course. Bluefish, whatever shows up. We'll see what happens. But right now, let's try and finish this Fluke season right. As I said, I haven't been here in a while, so I have no idea what I'm about to encounter or not encounter. Next week, if things go according to plan, I'm hoping to go out east and get one last run on that. So let's get out to where I think there should be fish, and then we will take it from there. Stay tuned. All right, it's sunrise. We've got the fleet moving through. It is a weekend, so got to be patient with that, be safe. We're gonna start things off a little gulp action. Got these grubs, 4-inch. This has been really the ticket this year. I prefer these over the swimming mullets, though both will work. And I'm gonna fish this with a, I think, 3/4 ounce jig, maybe even ½ ounce. I think this is actually a ½ ounce, but jig that on the bottom, and we're gonna do a fairly long drift to start and see if we can get on the fish. All right, see if anyone's home. It's been a long time, and I have no idea what's still holding here, if anything, but there should be some fish around. I know Jersey's been doing pretty well, so if they're Fluke in Jersey, as their season's winding down, there should definitely be some here. Just checking that gulp. Could be porgy nips I'm getting, or even snappers, which would not be great. They will ruin my gulp, and I don't have a lot of gulp. I should have ordered some more over the week, but I've been very busy. But whatever. Back down we go. Not Fluke, that much I know. If they are Fluke, they're not the Fluke we're looking for. Felt like a better grab. Come on. This gulp's gonna get ruined. Oh, what do you know? Little sea biscuit action. It's the first one of these I've gotten in New York City waters. Hopefully there's some better ones down there, because this is not gonna end well for my gulp. All right, so we won't get skunked, that much is sure, but it'd be nice if we can leave with something we can eat. And micro sea bass is not gonna cut it. Oh, that felt better. Probably a porgy. If it were a sea bass, probably would have stuck him. Oh, that felt good. Come on. Come on. A lot of swings and misses in that last drift, but there's definitely some slightly better sized fish down there other than just tiny micro sea bass. Had a few close calls. I'm assuming a lot of these are micro sea bass and porgies, but there could be some weak fish down there too. I have seen that in the reports. Not that I'm living by them, but I was just curious what might be around prior to going in. Either way, we're just happy to catch anything. Can't stick them though. That's why I think they're porgies, because they got such small mouths. Having trouble with this hook. But weak fish can be tricky too. There's something. What do we got? What has been all the fuss about? That's what I figured. Lots of porgies. Porgy, porgy, porgy. That's what we figured. Didn't even hook them fully in the mouth, but under the jaw. That's what all the commotion's about. Mr. Pork Chop. Back down. That's decent. Another porgy. Another foul hook kind of porgy. I'm sure he wanted it, but he's just a little too aggressive with that hook for his own good. And he took my gulp. Great. A lot of this today, I'm sure. Okay, well, it's good that there's life here, but I'm not trying to really stack up on porgies right now. I mean, if that's all there is, that's all there is, but we're going to take a slightly different trajectory on this drift, try and get a little deeper, maybe get off this contour, and maybe we'll get a few less porgies and perhaps a few more, ideally fluke, or whatever. But we will see. Just destroying the gulp today. We might throw a jig strip on just to get a bit more life out of these things. So we're gonna run out pretty quick if it stays like this. Okay, there's just too many porgies down there. I'm not saying I'll stick to this the whole trip. We're gonna throw a fat cow jig strip to try and get a bit more life out of what we got. Otherwise, we're gonna be burning through literally all the gulp I have with, you know, it's only been maybe 15-20 minutes and we've already burned or gotten the tail nipped off of 4 pieces of gulp. Can't have that, can't have that. So let's go back and try that again, see what happens. All right, just saw another boat catch a sea robin, and I'm actually happy that they're around, because if I do catch one, I'm gonna keep it for bait, just because my gulp is so limited. And that could potentially get me into something much larger if we use them as strip bait, so keep that in mind. Worked pretty well for me last year. Not here, but fat cow jig strip's good, but I find that an actual strip of actual fish tends to be better, or squid, if the option exists. There we go. That's something better. That's a fluke, I think. Not a big fluke, but a fluke nonetheless. But I tell you, what happened? Exactly what I told you was going to happen. All right, there is some hope. First fluke of the day. All right, at least we got one fluke today. Not at all the size we're looking for, as I like to say, but at least it's a step in the right direction. Something tells me we're gonna have to weed through a lot of small fish if we want to catch anything remotely worthy of taking home today. So I'm up to the challenge, but I won't do it all day. I'll have maybe a half day tops, but just happy to be in the water after a long week of just being inside in large groups of people. This is a sea robin, we're keeping it. Lucky day, sea bass. Lucky day. Good day not to be a sea robin. I don't know why or how I got this fish and not the last one. Okay, we hooked a decent fish in the last drift and a tiny sea bass we landed. Let's see if we can reverse that. I'm happy to lose the sea bass, and let's land the better fish this time. Tide is definitely moving now. Going pretty strong out of the inlet. We We got in right at about peak, just as things started to move, and we'll probably fish until it bottoms out thereabouts, and then maybe starts moving back in, as that would make getting the kayak on the beach a lot easier. But we'll see. We'll see where we're at. We might end earlier if it's really dead, or fish later if it's really good. One thing's for sure, I'll probably give this drift, this spot, like one or two, this drift and maybe one more depending on how this goes. And if it's dead, we're gonna make some at least minor adjustments. There we go. That's something better. Maybe not. It's foul hooked. I'll take it. There's my strip bait. Let him chill out for a little bit. Chill out. And then we'll make him into strips. I'll tend to that sea robin in a little bit. Finish this drift up, and then I'm gonna bleed him out and do it out of the boat so I don't make a mess in this boat that I don't own. All right, we got our sea robin strip on there. The wind just picked up out of nowhere too. It's not sloppy out here yet, but it's going against the tide, which is gonna make things a little bit dicey. Yeah, we're gonna give this like one more go right here in this main area I've been fishing, and if it's no good, we're going to mix it up a little. See how it goes. All right, well, let's see what this sea robin strip does. This is actually what did in my biggest fluke of 2020. I got a 9-pounder on a sea robin strip on a bucktail. Not here, but again, I'm perfectly content fishing gulp. I just can't burn through it all in like an hour of fishing. So we're gonna see how this does. Hopefully we'll have a good drift. Make it work. Definitely getting more of those sea bass and porgy bites again. They're digging this sea robin. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Knew that sea robin strip would do it. Hope it's a fluke. Feel it's a fluke or a sea robin, I think. Cannibals. It's a big sea robin. Would have gotten some nice strips off you, but you get to go home. Could eat this guy, but not today. Well, at least we got a big sea robin. If I really wanted to bring some fish home, I'd think about keeping that fish, but I still got some fluke in the freezer, so not a lot, but enough to make me not want to clean a sea robin today. All right, we're gonna work a slightly different piece of bottom. Still same general area, but maybe this area will be holding more fish. I don't know. New piece of sea robin. Got a sea robin last drift that kind of made my last strip pretty mushy, so got a fresh slice on there. See what kind of damage we can do over here. It's about what I expected. Lots of Porgies. Cool colors though. Got the blue green, the pink. Let's see if there's anything pushed up on this ledge. By anything, I mean something other than a porgy or a sea robin. And something over 8 inches. Oh. There we go. That's a nice porgy. And there he goes with my sea robin strip. All right, that wasn't a bad porgy. Eventually we're gonna find these fluke. There's gotta be a few down there. Ooh. Got some pulled. Oh, I didn't even get to see him. Whatever, it was probably a porgy. It wasn't huge. It wasn't huge. Back down we go. Well, we've answered the question. There are definitely tons of porgies over here too. But maybe there'll be more fluke. I don't know. Let's give it a shot. What is this? What is this? It's a nice fish. Probably think it's foul hooked, but it feels good. Gotta be foul hooked. Jeez, I'm really looking forward to seeing what this is. Big porgy? Yeah, it's foul hooked. Nice fish though. These guys can fight. One just got like averaged a much bigger size. There we go. Porgy. Nice fish. Probably the best one of the day so far. Probably close to the size of that fluke we got too. First one to take the hook in a while as well. Don't want to get finned, but just as a point of reference, if y'all weren't wondering. About 13 inches. Nice fish. There we go. It's Porgy time. Ah. Show mercy. Oh my God, what did you do? I think you made a ring. Two drops, two porgies right away, quick succession. But I'd give it all back for just one good fluke. But we're happy to catch something. Porgy? Thought maybe for a second it could be a fluke, but definitely not. All the porgies you want. a nice one. Another 13-incher thereabouts. Pretty fish. All right, folks. So time for your favorite segment of the Fishin' Accomplished episode. What kind of seltzer we drinking today, folks? None other than this new thing I just checked out. It's called NYC Sparkling Water. Watermelon mint, organically flavored. Sounds interesting. Let's dive in. All right, got a good can feel going. Good aroma. Take a sip, let it swish in the mouth. Okay. So my opinion on this, folks, is I'm not a huge fan of this. Certainly drinkable, but potable, I should say. But I don't think I'm gonna buy this again. I don't know that mint and watermelon and seltzer is necessarily something that goes together great in this can, but you know what? I'll take it. It's what I got today, but that is the seltzer of this session. I'll sip on this for a while, but let's see if we can do one more drift here, get a few more Porgies or something else. And I'll probably hit up where I was before, then start making my way back to the launch, because I got some stuff going on this afternoon and I don't want to get incredibly sunburned. I left my sunscreen in the car, like the doofus I am as of late. But whatever, enough complaining, back on the action. All right, unless we get like a Fluke or the biggest Porgy I've ever seen, or let's say hooked into today, I'm not doing this drift again, but at least we've got some nice, you know, Porgy action here. I'll take it. The tide's probably gonna bottom out pretty soon and we're gonna be slack and it's really gonna be tough, but whatever, roll the punches. I mean, was watermelon and mint something that people were asking for? Is that something people do? I don't know. I guess it could work, but this seltzer is not what I would typically gravitate towards. Let's just say that. I shouldn't dwell on this. Let's focus on fishing. Oh, what is this? For a second, thought maybe. Oh, no, you ruined my gulp too. Surprise. Porgy time. It's always smoke here. All right, let's try at least one more run here. Depending on how that goes, we'll probably just go to right outside launch, and depending on how that goes, probably call it from there. But let's see if we can get another Porgy or two or whatever's around before we are done. No, no, that might have been a fluke, but probably not. Let's try that again. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh my gosh. Could it be? Could it be? If it is, we might just call it right here, folks. I doubt it. No, this is a sea robin. I've been going for a second. Had me going. Hook through the gill too. All right, folks, so that's gonna do it for this video. Really tough session, not gonna lie. But at least we got some action. Not the action I was looking for, but perhaps the action I needed. I'm happy to catch something, even if it was just sea robins. But we got those porgies too, and they were nice. I mean, you can keep them. I just don't have it in me today to keep them and clean them and all that stuff. But we're gonna make our way inshore. I'm actually gonna probably try one more spot on the way in. But if this is all you hear, you can pretty much assume that nothing really of any significance happened. So as always, thank you for watching. I'm gonna try and get one more hopeful fluke session in before the season ends, maybe two, depending on how things go and the weather and all that. But if it doesn't happen, or if it's just a complete bust, you can look forward to some other stuff coming soon, like hopefully blackfish, maybe some stripers, and then eventually back into the freshwater as well. At least that's the plan. So thank you again for watching as always. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button, or at least consider, and if you have, thank you so much. Catch you in the water next time, and of course, goodbye from fishing.